After taking a week off of news because I threw my back out, Nightfall is having shipping issues. Let's talk more about that. This is the update for October 18th, 2021. Welcome to Stormbless Games. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back. I apologize that it's been 2 weeks since the last time I made one of these videos. As last week, as I was getting ready to make this video, I threw my back out just because I'm in my early 40s and I ended up sleeping wrong in bed. It's really dumb. It's just what happens as you get older. Man, middle age sucks sometimes. It is not for the faint of heart, let me tell you that. So anyway, we have so much to cover, 2 whole weeks worth to get into. And we're going to talk market update as well at the end of the video. On the 6th of October, I know again, as we said, this is going back, in the Discord channel, they released this image. And I'm not sure, I haven't seen anything else about this yet either. But this looks like some type of Cryptid Nation themed cover of some kind. But it has this interesting hinge, and this looks like metal. So I don't know if that's like a notebook, a Cryptid Nation themed tablet, or tablet cover. It's really hard to know for sure. But let's not go into those yet. But it's interesting. So tell me what your speculation is, because I'd love to hear what that may be. So, also over that 2 weekends ago now, New York City Comic-Con began, and MetaZoo had a wonderful showing there. This is not even in the right channel. So here we have a spell book for Nightfall. This is an actual opening. They opened one. So it looks like we have a new map. Here's the new updated rulebook like we had gone over earlier in the summer. And the packs, and there's a new promo. And here we go into a little bit more detail as to what it looks like. And so, as the first spellbook had the Cryptid Nation promo, this has the Nightfall promo. And I wonder if that's going to end up then being part of the theme. So when Wilderness comes out in March, if it'll have a Wilderness promo in their spellbook, and then UFO in July will have its as well. So yeah, so a first opening of the spellbook for Nightfall, and it looks really cool. This really, I know for a lot of my viewers this might be an older movie, but there is a older movie in the Evil Dead series called Army of Darkness. And well, I think even in the other ones, Evil Dead. And this very much reminds me of the Necronomicon. And I say Army of Darkness because that was much more of the comedy horror one. And honestly, that was my favorite of all of them. I absolutely love that show, that movie. So, Sunday, I don't even know what day that was. Sunday the 10th, that was on the same day, was the busiest day at New York Comic Con. They were there for 4 whole days. They're thanking their artists. They had Poncho, Isaac Sky Art, Peckham Arts, and Senpai Slick. Lots of promos, lots of staff members. So it looks like it was an absolute blast. I'm glad if you guys got to go. In the comments, please let us know, because I would like to hear anything you have to say about it, because as you know, we weren't able to go. For those who participate in the Collecticon tournament, they're waiving the entry fee. When they spell it wrong, I can't say it right. The entry fee, and providing a free Cryptid Nation first edition base set theme deck instead of the Nightfall theme decks. I imagine that's because they're having supply issues. So, and a free Nightfall first edition booster pack to help build your decks. And here are the trophies. So as you saw, as in the previous video, we had done we'd seen the second and the third place trophies. So let's get a closer look at these. These are cool. Here's the first edition or the first edition, first place. You can see it's Nightfall uncut. Second and third, and you can even see the different. Each one is slightly different, so it's not the same, same uncut sheet. They're actually different parts of the sheets that are cut down to make these, and that is really, really cool. I like it. Fantastic. Okay. So if you manage to see those in person and get some photos or being able to describe it, let us know. That's going to be fantastic. I wish we could see those. So looks like they have their Pin Club packs. And which one are these? Are these the blind packs for Nightfall? Those have the Cryptid Nation logo on them. So interesting. I am excited to see what those end up being. And here were the Nightfall spoiler cards that were released given out at the Houston Collecticon. Very cool. So let's see, they're doing MetaZoo cryptid themed jack-o'-lanterns. They have an actual separate channel specific to all the different kinds of jack-o'-lanterns in MetaZoo, and just to kind of go over some of these. Just to check them out. They're pretty cool. I like this one has its own light source above, making it instead of a candle. Basic ones, but some really cool, scary ones. All sorts of Elmo themed MetaZoo. So if you're doing a pumpkin and have any of that, let us know too. That might be fun to see. I know we just were at a pumpkin patch this last weekend with our daughters, and we ended up getting some pumpkins, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do as well. So they're announcing their new Nightfall welcome banner for the server. Nice and spooky for Halloween. Here is an image of Chapter 3 for the first print, The Battle of Loveland Castle. I actually have a copy of the second edition of the first issue, but I don't have the second one yet, though they are still available, and it looks like I might actually be able to buy some. So if you guys have any interest in buying any MetaZoo comics from us, let us know so that I know to buy them for our website, and I will be more than happy to buy these, because I actually do have access to them, and have really been on the fence about wanting to buy some to sell or not, but I just don't know the level of interest you guys might have. So they're looking for playtesters for Wilderness, though they're after competitive players and people who have a lot of industry experience. So if you have that and are interested, come to their Discord server, or as you can see the link, here I'll scroll down here, the link here, you can pause the video and copy that and go fill out the form. I think that'd be cool. So they've announced the second official recipient of the highly exclusive Crafter medal is at Art Crypt. There have been a lot of tremendous contributions to the MetaZoo community and their positive attitude and friendly approach to growing the community. So I don't really know much about this, but that's pretty cool, especially as this is going to be pretty exclusive medal. With which, that being said, I actually did apply for our creator medal. So hopefully in the next few weeks, we will hear more about that, whether we're going to be approved for that or not. So technically, there have been 3 crafter medals. Chaos Crystal Enthusiast for his hard work in creating a line of awesome MetaZoo vending machines that can use the MetaZoo coins. That'll be interesting. They'll be featured in brick and mortar MetaZoo shops in 2022. And there's a 4th and final crafter to be given out until Wilderness goes to Flork. Thousands laugh with your Flork bot. So evidently that's something in the channel. So those are pretty cool. Oh, so an American Snallygaster museum is looking for fundraising help. So that might be interesting to go in and look into it more. This is... What is this? Oh, art. So obsidian cartridge slid into the cylinder with a thunk, and the moment it was in place, Sam could feel a different kind of aura. begin to rise and vibrate in tandem with the energy radiating from Mothman. So I don't know where that's from. If you know where that's from, let me know if that's from the comic and I just haven't seen it yet, or if that's from something else. Interesting. Again, I'm not up on the storyline yet. It's something I need to get into. So they've been adding to their distributor list. This is the only user for legit MetaZoo NFTs on Mintable, evidently. I'm not yet up into the NFT market as of yet, but it is something I am exploring. And as it is up and coming, especially with crypto, I had the opportunity to get into crypto really, really early in the game and did not understand or see the value of it. And this is like 10 years ago, and I'm kicking myself ever since. So I'm definitely, I don't want to FOMO on NFTs. I want to be very careful with it, but just being cautious and being careful and being knowledgeable about what you are investing in, even with crypto and NFTs, that's how you make money. I've made not thousands, but I've made a few $100s doing crypto, mostly by being smart. And I'm not advising you to go and do that, but if you do go and buy crypto, be smart about it. Do your research. So this was Chapter 3 art, spoiler art, from the all-powerful Olseb. So that's cool. I'm sure those of you who are into the comics would appreciate that. Here they have updated their store locator. They are updating their new tournament policy, which if you guys have any desire to go through for me to go through the tournament policy, let me know, and we can totally make different videos for the tournament policy, the facts, things about, pretty much anything in Discord, anything that you might want to see, let me know. We'll go through it. If there's a subject you want, let us know. We'll create videos for it. There's different content. We want to cater to the things that you guys want, because we really love you guys, and we just want what's best for you. We want to entertain you the best that we can as well. So if you are good with online systems and want to be ahead of online systems, email hr@metazoogames.com, as they are looking at someone to run and build their websites, their point person for partners such as Binder POS, TCG Player, etc. And while, yes, my industry does probably make me a good candidate for that, that's not where my career is going right now. So I probably won't be applying. MetaZoo Spellbook is currently offline until they can update it for Nightfall. So good. So that's the MetaZooSpellbook.com where they are updating. So let's see. Let's see if they updated it. And yes, every single time, I don't know what it is about the Spellbook, but is it not called Spellbook anymore? MetaZoo Spellbook redirects to MetaZoo Games now. The rulebook, Discord, they're right. It is offline. And yeah, I don't see a place for it. Interesting. Very interesting. This is the worst part about going to the MetaZoo Games site, is that my my antivirus software thinks it's a dangerous site, and it just cracks me up. It actually kind of warded me off of the very first time I ever went to it. So yeah, so the Spellbook is offline if that's something you rely on. Hopefully they'll be fixing that soon. That was just from 4 days ago. So interesting. They're looking for metazoologists to join their content team. Let's see if we can learn this. Send a 500-word sample at editor@channelfireball.com with metazoologist search in the subject line. Following submissions are due 10/27. Winners contacted 11/8. So this is that you probably can't see because of the picture, but here's from Channel Fireball. So this is actually a Channel Fireball ad that they're submitting to MetaZoo. So very cool. If you want to join Channel Fireball, I'm assuming these are, I don't know if these are paid positions or contract or per submission, but very cool. If you have something to say, why don't you give it a try? Because there's not as, I mean, the game's still young, so you have a great chance of being able to get in. So they're still doing apprentice MetaZoologist exams. I still need to find time to get into those. I really want to do this. So someone actually, Masamune69, actually passed the Master MetaZoologist exam. So I didn't know there were different levels, so that's pretty cool. Nightfall store locator is going live, probably on their website. Yep, right here, metazoogames.com/pages/store-locator. So if you're looking for, especially local, this is more for local stores as opposed to the online stores, though. It is a good way to find online stores too, and a lot of these will have Nightfall as well. Though, as you probably know, most of them are sold out everywhere. So it looks like here's kind of a list. 2 over here in, was that the United Kingdom, 40 in the US, 14 over here in California. Very cool. So as we saw those bound before, here are the Nightfall Collecticon packs that they were releasing. And some of these have already appeared on eBay. So we'll see those here in just a few minutes. And those are, so we have 4 of the gold ones from the first Collecticon in Frisco. And because we had, or do we have 6? We had 8. And so I think we've only opened 2. So it's really cool. And I've been just debating on whether I want to open one and give it away as a promo or a contest or something. But I don't know yet. I think I have 1 up on eBay right now. So it's not done anything as far as being sold, but it is up there. So debate on secondary market versus primary market discussion. Michael and Rosequilla have decided to define it so it's more clear for the purpose of MetaZoo games. Secondary market discussion defined by MetaZoo games for the purpose of MetaZoo games, the talk/discussion of prices, allocations from sources outside of MetaZoo games directly, buying, selling, trading, LGS, eBay, Amazon, etc. So essentially what they're doing is defining that on the Discord server, you can't talk about this. Because they've made it vastly apparent and obvious that you can't talk about any of those things, anything outside of anything secondary market related. Like even now they're talking about even where you can buy it firsthand, not even on the primary market pretty much too, because eBay can very well, Amazon can easily be first, local game stores, LGSs. Those are primary markets. So I'm not a huge fan of these, but this is what they want to do with their channels or their Discord server. It's their Discord server. Come to our Discord server and talk about it. We're more than happy to have you. And we are not going to silence you from those types of conversations about the market like that. Especially as we're so young now. Yes, we would want you to buy from us over somebody else, but we're not going to stop the conversation. Not big into censorship. And we'll leave it at that. So here they're talking about more collaborations. Here's one with a partnership with Dimac. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. For streetwear brands. I don't know what that really means. In November, each box comes with a random shirt design, a promo card, and a chance at something special and secret. Honestly, probably something similar to what they've done before. Here is probably the back of the shirt, or one of the designs. Here is a cool Loveland Frogman picture, t-shirt design. Very cool. So here they have the winners of the giveaways from the last video, where they show all the number of entrants, and so TB Goo won the Nightfall booster. Kiki Mongo won the Spellbook. Scrambles won the blister pack. Congratulations, guys. Perry won a Nightfall release box. Darkly Tainted won a Tops box. Watsy, Ton of Clay, Princess, One Pump Man, and Ret 987 won a theme deck. Congratulations. So, coming soon, a sweepstakes between TCG Player and MetaZoo. So as I was editing this video together, the very, very frightening sweepstakes with TCG Player and MetaZoo went live. If you go to tcgplayer.com, right here on the front page, you will see the link to enter. So you click here, you enter. There will be 3 winners. You will be able to win a first edition booster box, spellbook, and 3 first edition blister packs. And my understanding of this is that all 3 winners will receive these 5 items. Everything you see pictured here. So it's really cool. You just need to enter your first and last name, your email address, your street address, city, state, zip code, and your cell phone number. So then you just need to click enter. As I know with most of these types of contests, usually when you enter, hit enter now, and or the submit button, you'll go back to a different page. All this is going to do is have a little spin icon and then a check mark, and then it might even say enter now again. You check your email before you enter multiple times. Sheena and I did this, and I didn't know that I probably entered more than once because I didn't know what to expect and it wasn't working for me. So we have both entered this. I would highly recommend going. If you want to go to the direct link, it is tcgplayer.lpages.co/metazoo-very-frightening-sweepstakes. Or the easy way is just going to tcgplayer.com. Also, if you haven't heard, and this is kind of the big news I led with, due to shipping issues, certain Nightfall products, such as spellbooks, theme decks, will only reach distributors then next week, so this week. So the spellbooks and theme decks are only getting to distributors this week to be shipped to your game stores that you would have been buying, you would have had all your pre-orders from. So I'm sure most of you have, if you've pre-ordered, will have already received an email saying, hey, we don't have all the product yet. We can either wait for it. We're going to send the product out to these other people who ordered the ones that we do have first, which largely are the booster boxes and the blister packs. I think those are pretty much all that's really come in so far. They're saying it should delay the release by several days after the 22nd at your LGS here, and this is all US centric. They're working with their distributors to get them out quicker. A Nightfall God Pack has been officially pulled, which should probably find out what that God Pack is. I'm not sure yet. But and again, the Nightfall stuff. So I know we got our order as well. So we have and it's not a big order. It's mostly going to end up just being for personal or for reselling the singles, and because we're going to be opening them here on the channel. But we got 2 booster boxes, 2 spell books, 2 blister packs, and a single set of the theme decks. And then 2 release event boxes so that Sheena and I can play. Because yes, we don't just resell, we play too. And so unfortunately that doesn't leave anything else. I do have, we are patrons with Alpha Investments, so we are going to try and get to that as well when it comes out on, when was it, the 30th or 31st? Something like that. So until then, otherwise, we're not really going to have much. Again, because we just don't have access to allocation at the moment. Okay, so they're looking for their Nightfall store locator, people who've actually received their allocation. So hopefully if you go to the store locator, they'll have some type of information about who has it open. Now they're talking about Collecticon, which was this last weekend. Here is the MetaZoo booth. That's pretty cool. This is, and look, someone still has their D-Brews MetaZoo shirt. It looks like they all do. Was that the D-Brews one? Or is this one specific to? Looks like a whole bunch of them do. So that's pretty cool. Here, it's a whole bunch of people from the event. I that is very cool. So Debrew's Collecticon exclusive, $72 a shirt, limit 3, a dice roll, lucky 7, take it home today. I don't know what all that was about. So hopefully, if you guys were at Collecticon this weekend, let us know more about your experience and how it went, what the MetaZoo booth was like, and it just pretty much anything else. Because, you know, back in June, July, we did our own report on the Collecticon back then, and it was really cool, and we love finding out. So here are our winners of the first sanctioned tournament. Look at that, first place trophy, very cool. Did they tell us the names of the 3 winners? Shout out Rocky Mountain Collectibles for their help and with the metazoologist. No, so he is our second place winner, and he is our bunny. He's dressed as Bunny Man. He looks like he's our third place winner. So you can actually see. I really like that you can see the size of these trophies in context of how big they truly are. Because that picture above made them look huge, and now you can see they're not huge, but about what you'd actually expect. So yesterday, Mike Waddell did a MetaZoo hour, which is essentially an Ask Me Anything. And he does this regularly. So if you want to get online, or you want us to be online for you and ask questions in lieu of you being on there, let us know, and we'll try and make that happen. And they have a new Nightfall watch. Yes, look it up. So as you might remember, they had a Cryptid Nation one as well. It was not as good a quality as this one. This looks pretty decent quality. So that looks a lot better. And the other one was like $129. This is $100. Yeah, I would be much more likely to buy this if I were in the market for a watch. So this is an analog watch, so this means you'll be winding it up. No batteries. Folding clasp buckle. Stainless steel. So, but yeah, the art on it's pretty cool. So if you like this kind of promo, limited edition type watches, go to metazoomarketplace.com and pick it up. Looks cool. So the Halloween promos, if you're able to buy the Halloween promos, we bought 5 of each. Those are shipping out on the 22nd, which is this Friday, and also the official Nightfall release day. So that is good. So hopefully they've got a lot of their shipping fixed, because last time, every other time we've bought anything from them, it usually takes a month and a half for it to even ship, and that's when it's not a pre-release item. So I know that's not common for everybody, but here's a list of everybody who helped with the tournaments and with the booths for Collecticon. Okay, and it looks like MetaZoo now has their first Sotheby sale. This is part of Sotheby's new initiative called the Metaverse. It's the first TCG with an official product on Sotheby's. Steve Aoki himself made an original song for the piece. It's 3D rendered by Gal Yosef. This is a testament to how far the MetaZoo community has developed such a period. This is just the beginning. We're glad to be a part of it. So let's see if I can get my audio turned back on. And let's take a look. Okay, so let's mute that back. So that is, looks like that's the NFT for, that's honestly very beautifully rendered. I do agree with that. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, Sotheby's looks like a place to head over to. Looks like people are clamoring for direct-to-consumer at MSRP. No information left on that. So I honestly, as much as that would be cool, I really hope they don't do that, because that really undercuts your local game stores. What would be better is for them to get a handle on their supply chain a lot more than they have, and to have more product available. Doing the direct-to-consumer, that's what Wizards of the Coast has been doing, and it has caused a lot of issues. Even the professor over at Tolarian Community College has had a recent video on boxes of Magic that he bought from Amazon. And that's about as direct to consumer. And then the same thing with Wizards. That's not exactly the same thing, but it's pretty close. Other direct to consumers that they do, like Secret Layers. It's for a small subset of things like they've been doing. I completely agree with that. That sounds cool, like those promos and whatnot. Great idea. Having other promos go out to the local game stores, supporting those local game stores, I think that's even better. And that's not just because we want to be a local game store, but local game stores are where you go and play the games outside of a pandemic. And it's where, if you want these games to continue to thrive and for these local communities around these games to thrive, you need to invest in your local game store, not in Amazon, not in as a producer themselves, or the allocation. If they even wanted to do direct to the local game stores, I'd be more okay with that. Cut out the middleman a little bit. But because honestly, getting into a distributor is hard. It's too hard right now. And that's because they're trying to have they're trying to do more brick and mortar, which is good. I agree. But for those of us who are trying to make that step, a lot of the rules and regulations around all that are really difficult. I mean, we're a licensed business, and we cannot get into most distributors, and so it makes it tough. Okay, so enough of that little soapbox. Let's go to the social channels and see. Now, this was cool. Here's the pin set from the first pin club. And I was really excited to show this to you guys last week. But yeah, so those look pretty cool. Now, I can't say what I'd ever do with them. I really like the sparkles, or the glitter on Mothman up here. And I don't know if doesn't look like it's on any of the others. Maybe Piazza Bird. But those are really cool. I mean, as something to display, that's pretty cool. I honestly don't have a ton of interest in pins. But I remember when I was a kid I did, so maybe my girls will. But these look really, really cool. I'm very happy with the quality of those. So I'm very excited to get those hopefully in December. This morning, the 20th of October, I received an email from Pin Club Official stating that the MetaZoo Pin Club pin and card promos will be shipping in November/December. Here's a closer look at the Mothman promo that will come with the Pin Club pin for Mothman. And I believe Discord has a little bit more information too on this. Or was it the social? Here we go. So here's the packaging for the Cryptid Nation pins. So you can see they're going to be here front and center. You have a list of all the different ones in the back, in the packaging, and what it's going to look like inside. Very neat. And here we have a look at the pen. I'm not sure which one this is, but as you can see, these are made in China, and the back says limited release. It might not be as easy to see on the back of your screen. But also look, this is silver, and you can see it has a logo on the back. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a metal version of the Nightfall logo. I'm not sure, but you see the Pin Club logo, the MetaZoo logo, and that it's silver. And you can see the silver around the outside of the pin here. And here we have the Mothman gold version as well. So you see here it still has Pin Club, MetaZoo, limited release China. The pin backs are right there. You have the gold embossing on the outside of this. You can see that this is not glittery, it's not sparkly, so I don't know if this is a separate version than what might be available in some of the others. Because I do know that there were supposed to be potentially different versions of some of these pins with gold, silver, or I guess this probably isn't silver, more of a chrome. But there are supposed to be different versions. And then the Nightfall packaging. So the Nightfall, as you recall, or you may recall, is a blind box. This actually looks really cool. This has like some gold embossing on it. It looks like for the Nightfall logo. That's really cool. On the back, it shows you the chances of what could be inside each box. So you have a 1 in 12 chance of all of these guys, which I'm assuming will then be your commons. Your 3 in 50 would then be your uncommons, and then these 3 in 80 would be your rares. Then you have these mystery ones. I'm assuming, and these are 1 in 80, which is a worse chance. So I'm assuming these would be, to put it more in like a magic parlance, to be more like your mythics or majestics or your fab parlance. There's not really that rarity does not currently exist in MetaZoo outside of like secret rare type stuff, and maybe this is that type of rarity. And so here we have the open box, and this is what for those of you like myself who bought a case, this is what the case will look like for these blind boxes. And you see each side has a different picture of one of the pins inside, and here you have them lined up for, what was that, 10? I honestly don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 10 each. So very cool. And here is again another look at the Pin Club Mothman promo. So chapter August 15th, 2031, Red Ghost. I wonder if that's like something coming for a future release or something. They're talking, just kind of trolling us this far out. But they're working on chapter 3. Once it releases in October and November, they're going to be trying to put these out every 2 weeks. So chapter 3, chapter 4, 5, every 2 weeks. I'd be curious to know how they're going to keep up with that release schedule, because that is an intense release schedule for a single book. So I'm interested to find out more. A couple more things have been posted in the announcements channel since we made this video 2 days ago. Mike Waddell posted that he wants to personally thank those stores that are selling Nightfall at MSRP, taking note that they will be passing the wonderful information on to their distributors to help determine future allocation. It would be nice if they'd allow stores such as ours, who do not currently have a brick and mortar location, to also sell Nightfall and get allocation, because stores like us do want to sell at MSRP. And that would be something we would really like to be able to do. So they've also added to their FAQ channel. And here they have a Nightfall spoiler. A spell called New Beginnings. 1 per spellbook, costs 1 generic. Each caster places their chapter into their spellbook. Each caster shuffles their spellbook and then bookmarks 7 pages. You may not put a New Beginnings in a spellbook that contains another page with New Beginnings in its name. A much needed fresh start. This is the flavor text. And here you can see this is from one of the theme decks, as noted by the logo, and then that it's card number 8 of 13. So it's actually a really good card. It's kind of like Bookmark from Cryptid Nation, where you get to actually draw cards. Card draw in this game is probably the hardest part of the game. It's probably the thing that needed the most attention. And so I'm really glad to see cards like this that start to address the issue. So the R&D team is currently going through applications for wilderness playtesters. And to clarify, you don't have to pass the MetaZoologist test anymore to apply for that. And here are the packs, again, that, as I just mentioned, would be shipping out here on the Friday, on the 22nd. So very excited. And again, these were the 2020 second editions and the 2021 first editions. And it looks like MetaZoo Games is looking to celebrate local game stores that support the MetaZoo community. They'll use the feedback to help their distributors determine who gets more distribution in the future. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to be in that because we're not a store that allows this. Because we're not there yet. But we want to be. We are trying to support it in our community anyway, even though as best we can. Unfortunately, can only be as much as we have product, and not being a store that gets allocation means we have to do this out of our own pocket at MSRP. We have to buy at MSRP, and so we can't resell at MSRP. So we want to do this. Maybe, I don't know. I will say, if you do want to support us, the best way to support us is to go to our TCG Player our site, our Channel Fireball site, and our website to buy from us. That will allow us to continue to reinvest in our business and continue to work toward building our own local game store, where we that's actually brick and mortar, to where we can actually host MetaZoo events and other events and whatnot. And again, really just give back to our community, not just here local to Northwest Arkansas, but also to the community at large in MetaZoo, because we want to be able to support everyone. We've already covered everything else on social. Let's head to eBay and look at the market. So here is the eBay market for the MetaZoo Kickstarter boxes. And these are the sold listings. So nothing has sold today or yesterday. Today's the 18th. The last one sold for approximately somewhere less than $5,000 on the 16th. Another one for $3,500 on the 16th. On the 15th, we had this non-Kickstarter bundle. Here is a signed Kickstarter box. Artist auction, $5,000. Here is a Kickstarter booster and spellbook Kickstarter that sold for $10,600. Very cool. So if you're looking at buying Kickstarter, those are where you're going to be on eBay. On TCG Player, those same things. The spellbook, right now there is one listed at $2,300. Booster packs right now are going for about $295 plus tax. There's one person has 4 of them listed. Here are the blister packs. Those are going for quite a spread, for $700 up to almost $1,700. And 1, 2, and 1 here. So that would be after this coin and after that promo. Because the packs, as we saw up here, is only about $300. So the rest of that value is coming from those two things. And here is the Kickstarter booster box. It's 17.5, 18.7, over 19. And there are, looks like there's 5 listings of those. Here's 2 at this price, 1 and 1. So, and Channel Fireball is also a new market that we are looking at, that we actually have a store on as well. There were no listings for Kickstarter edition, so I just have omitted it from this video. So first edition boxes. And this is really going to get more than just the first edition boxes. We'll get a few other things. But today we have a first edition box for somewhere under $900. The MetaZoo Tops boxes are now going in the $90 range, so quite a drop from the first few days, and even from 2 weeks ago. Here's another one for about 900. The blister packs are going for around 65. Those are Nightfall. The booster packs here are 55. This is one of each. So, $12.50 a piece, which I think is that's actually probably a really good deal. 106 for this, 900, 895, 800. So you can see this one probably went low. So right now you're sitting around 900 on eBay, 950 for a first edition box. On TCG Player, the booster packs are going in the $22, $25, $30 range. This one at $23, which is cost plus shipping, there are 55. So it is a lower seller, but we all have to start somewhere, right? The blister pack is going for between 50 and 75. We have one at 51.50, 4 at 53, and here's one at 75.89. Market price has been 46, but prices are currently going up. The spellbooks are sitting here at 225, 284, and was that 295? One of each of those. And the booster box on TCG Player, 969.69, 975, so 990, and 990 as well. 1, 1, and 4 of those available. And now on Channel Fireball, we have some listings here for the first edition, 888.88, 998, 999.99. So closer to 1,000 around overall on Channel Fireball for the booster. The spellbook, there are 8 listed at 250. So no theme decks around. There are the Brilliant Auras are going for about 125. Most of the theme decks don't look like they have anything up. The blister pack is going for, so there's one at 56.10 and 8 at 59.99. So all the theme decks are not on there. The release event box, 125 and 147, 8 and 7 of those available respectively. And the booster box. They are, that's the Kickstarter one. Like I said, they don't have any Kickstarter ones up there. So now, Nightfall. And this is where we're currently at with Nightfall. If you cannot find it at MSRP. And it looks like we've had a couple more sell since I first had this up. $290. So with shipping, $300, not even counting tax. $296. So here's where I was talking about earlier, the Collecticon promo sold for $200-ish. If you are interested in the theme decks for first edition, they are going for around 70-ish, as you can see here. 150-ish for that Collecticon promo. It's hard to know the breakout there. 390 for this booster box, which is quite a difference there. That's for the display. First edition booster pack, or for Nightfall booster packs, are going for about 11, 12 a piece there. More displays. $415 for a Nightfall booster box. The full set of theme decks here went for $173. Water Aura from Nightfall first edition went for $1. That's unfortunate. Nightfall Factory sealed theme decks, $170. Twin Meteor Reverse Hollow for Nightfall. So some individual card sales on here as well. $300 for that. So that's about where eBay is sitting. On TCG Player, we're sitting at 16 of these at $250, 2 at $292, 4 at $280 plus $12.99 shipping. No individual booster packs for sale yet. And these, of course, are going to be pre-sale, as you can see here on TCG Player. And on Channel Fireball, they are sitting at $349.98, 9 of them, $369.99 for 6. There's 16 there. Not all the theme decks are around, though some of them, like this one for the Reptoid Ruler, is at $52.49. The spell books are already at $140 or $157.49, and there's the quantities for those available. So as you can see, these prices are going very high, very fast. And a lot of that is a fear of missing out, though, so FOMO. So just be wary. I do expect prices will probably fall a little bit at some point, as they did with Cryptid Nation initially, but it's not a guarantee. So here you see for the release event deck at $55, $60, and $78.74. And that is the updates we have for MetaZoo. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next one won't be so long as my back. So please pray for me. I don't want my back to go out again. That was awful. But I hope you enjoyed the video, as I said, and just make the best of this week as we lead up to Nightfall release on Friday. Be blessed.
Thanks for watching.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be blessed.